aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Brett Johnson. Look for cloudy skies tonight with a low around 41, Thursday sunny with a high near 63, and Friday sunny with a high around 66. Don't just mow your lawn, love it. Natural Lawn's organic-based treatments have been creating greener, safer lawns for over 30 years. With expert soil testing and no contracts, you get healthier grass and fewer chemicals. Plus, cleanup is part of every visit. Go barefoot this summer. Start at naturallawn.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story. This is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining us on this One Question Reading Wednesday. And it is great to be here. You know, we tried to get on the air Monday, and something happened. I'm not going to get too far into it because this isn't the place to do so. But something did happen that I can't explain. And it's very strange, but we'll get to it another night. But if anyone wanted to know, like, where were we on Monday? It was out of our control. Let's just put it that way. And it's past, because all that matters now is Wednesday, and we are back. And this is really exciting as we're heading into Memorial Day weekend. I am so excited because it's been a little while. And one of my favorite things to do on the show, Adam, who is back at Eden Prairie, not to speak for you, Adam, but I know that you feel the same way, is when we bring on psychic medium, refined divine Deb, right? I mean, that's kind of always the fun part of our every couple weeks.
It really is, because it also gives us a chance to actually hear our listeners' voices instead of just what they put into the comments. It's great to actually hear and talk to them as well. To me, that plus Deb's readings, which are amazing every freaking time, it feels like it wins. Every other Wednesday is my favorite night of this show,
and we haven't had it in a while. And there's just, life happens, things go on, and and that's the thing about it, is that when stuff happens, we just do it when we're able to. And I am very excited that tonight is that night. And Deb, it's so cool to have you back on. It's so good to hear you. It's so good to hear before the show started, hearing Dave laugh in the background. I missed that. It was good. It's good to see and hear both of you.
We're happy to be back. We love doing this. Yep, we had quite a few transitions. We actually left the Rooted Holistic and Wellness Fairs.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are separating ways with them. And so we will no longer be at any of those shows. So we just had life happening and just really trying to get our bearings of what our life is going to look like now, which we're so excited to start the Awakening Expos.
Well, it just seems like from an outsider point of view, which is my point of view, it looks like that you both have been basically bursting at the seams to really kind of focus really on your own stuff. It kind of feels like to me. So, I'm sure that you're still working with other people. I really don't know. But I mean, it just seems like when I think of you two, I think of you two on your own, to be honest, doing your own thing and doing it successfully.
Yeah, we really sustain very well when we're by ourselves, that's for sure. I and Dave bring an energy that I don't think is equally matched anywhere. We tend to overtake the energy when we're in the room. So it's best to do our own stuff and create the energy that we want and align with the people that we want to align with. And so we're just so excited about it, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, it will. It's gonna be fantastic, and just kind of hearing about what you all have planned a little bit, and just seeing how it all comes together. I've been really, number one, impressed, but also I think it's gonna be good, and it's gonna be good for people who need not only the work that you do and how Dave helps, but also the practitioners that you bring into your circle. What they do and what they bring really is quite exceptional, and I know a few of them, and I absolutely adore them.
Yeah, we vet all of our vendors, Greg. Every single vendor is screened by me personally to make sure the authenticity of who they are, their services that they're going to be bringing, and their purpose and what they're there for. And that's the whole thing is that we and Dave have traveled the nation, clear to the west side, east side, South Texas. We've been to Florida, California, all over doing all these different fairs for 5 years now. And we have found that the one thing that needs tightening is that every vendor needs vetted. It needs to be
Yeah,
screened. It needs to be tightened down.
yeah.
The person needs to be authentic and there for the correct reasons. And so we're just excited to bring that modality into our expos and really create the environment that is just going to bring healing and peace and fun. I mean, who doesn't like fun, right?
Well, exactly, and that's one thing that I've always enjoyed when I've done the events with you all, is that you like even like getting things going before like the shows start and stuff, like on locations, that you have music playing, you're making it a fun experience for everybody, and you're just trying to get the energy up. And I think that that's something I don't see at all the shows that I do, and I that is something that people like you kind of have to do that, and I don't think a lot of people totally understand that.
Yeah, so we every single hour we actually pull door prizes. And
Yeah.
so that's one of the things that people absolutely love about our show is that you're winning stuff all day long. And then we do these bingo cards where you go up to each of the vendors and they use their little bingo daughter and dot something on your bingo card. And when you get a bingo, you win a prize also, and that goes into the bingo box. And so who doesn't love winning stuff? I mean, come on.
Right.
It's like so,
Right.
and it's the best presents. I and Dave invests around $5,000 into the door prizes. And then the vendors also invest into the door prizes too. So we have so many stuff that we're going to be giving out to help people heal themselves, crystals and tarot card decks. And oh God, what else, Dave? We have herb sacks and essential oil kits and lots of great prizes for all of our attendees.
When I wanna put somebody down, I think I want to call them an herb sack. You're just
Herb
an herb
sack.
sack. You're just an
Herb
herb sack.
sacks.
So
Let me clarify. Herb sack gift basket.
that's better. So let's go through what tonight is going to be like. First of all, it is one question readings with Refined Divine tonight. We've done this before. You put in your question into the comments, or you can call in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205, and you can call in. You want to know about finances, like, are you going to get a job, you can get a promotion? What about love life? You're going to find that love of your dream, your dream lover, whatever. And if you want to channel someone or a pet, what I just always ask people not to do is Deb, to my knowledge, I don't think she still has gotten her degree from the bar, so no legal, please, if at all possible. Also no medical as well. Just keep it that way, and put your questions in the comments, and also you can call in 952-946-6205. Don't be shy, okay? We want to hear from you. Now, Deb, with it being Memorial Day weekend, do you all have something going on this weekend, or what's
It's
happening?
my birthday.
You birthday girl. Younger than I am.
Big 44. 44.
Younger than Adam. Neither too, I must say.
Barely.
Barely. Well, not barely in my case, but that's okay. What are you gonna just whoop it up, or what's gonna happen here?
We're gonna whoop it up, all right. We're gonna have rummage sale. Yeah, and then we're gonna have a party at our house, and we invited a lot of our friends that we love and are close with, and we're gonna grill out and just have fun with family. And we're gonna go up north. We're gonna head towards Hayward, right, Dave? Saint Germain. We're actually going to do some shows up there this weekend, Hayward and Saint Germain, and some craft fairs. Actually, we're going to mix it up, Greg.
My gosh! So you're still doing shows this weekend?
Yes, we don't ever miss a weekend, Greg. You silly goose.
No, I know. That's what the weekdays are for, right? I mean,
that's right. Weekdays are for vacation. Weekdays are our vacation days.
Right.
We work on the weekends.
Yeah, no, and that's but you benefit a lot of people by doing so. So that's good
exactly
too.
Right. It's
and
never
then,
actually work. We enjoy what we do. It's so much fun.
Right. I could see that on Dave's face when he's trying to fit all that stuff into the back of that big black truck that he's just like, it's fit before. So there is that.
I mean, there's this, there's that, but in the core of it, Dave loves doing what he does.
Yeah.
Right, Dave?
Yeah.
Do you? Yeah, he says he does.
You know it. You know anybody that does shows during the week, I'm in.
Now, what we also hadn't talked about, how are you doing on the cruise? Are you that's coming up in November here? Are you at capacity yet? Are you getting close? Or
we are not at capacity yet. We are getting closer, about 80% now. So 20% left, which means we have about 15, 20 spots left, depending on how many people are to a room. And so we cannot wait until we are at capacity, because then the celebration really starts. Because then we can get really excited about all of us being able to get together and to do this. I cannot wait till November. I am a summer lover, but I can't wait till November.
Well, I mean, going to Mexico, that's pretty, that's summer, that's summery sort of weather for sure. Yeah, no, and I was extremely happy. We from our listenership, we sent someone your direction, and it sounds like that they have signed up. So
they signed right up for the cruise, which is so amazing. We kind of had a little standstill there for a little bit, but then now it's starting to pick back up and people are signing up again. So we're just really excited to enjoy this time with so many like-minded people. Because when we get like-minded people together, it really does amplify the psychic connection on the other side. So I can't wait to have that experience when we're doing all these spiritual activities together on the water.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. And that's I just don't know. I've never been on a cruise before to start with. So
I've been on a small one, but never this mass size. But I'm okay. I mean, it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. And people I've talked to, they're like, I've never done a spiritual retreat on a cruise ship before. They're like, I've never even heard of such a thing.
Yes, we know. That's why we're patenting it, because it is one of its first kind, and it is that nobody else is doing this, and so we want to keep it that way. So what we're doing is bringing a new aspect to cruises, and they're actually, Carnival Cruise Lines are actually really loving this, and they're hoping that this will really take off, like what we're doing and how we're doing it, to bring a different aspect. Because you get your normal stuff, you have your dancers, your singers, your comedy, but what about this? What about the spiritual aspect of it, right? And there's so many people that really love this type of stuff, and so I'm excited to see what comes next.
I think the thing about that's exciting is the idea of kind of a track of wellness, taking care of yourself on these things, because I think a lot of people might look at cruises as either binging, or as I would, a ton of food or stuff like that. But what about that aspect of you're in a beautiful setting? It should be calming. What more can you do to bring out that calm even further? And what else can you do to kind of get to know yourself on something like this? So I think that's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, let's redirect the whole purpose for a cruise. Let's actually put it into the positive side of things instead of inflicting harm on self.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's just it. I mean, and I enjoy a drink or two. I'm not going to lie, but I'm planning on not having any going on the cruise because I mean, it's not going to stop me from eating because that's kind of where it's at for me. But it's the idea of being able to kind of connect with yourself, isn't it? And to be able to and some of the places that we're going to go and some of the places we're going to experience, it's connecting with whatever is there as well, and maybe that can actually help us too.
Oh my God. Yeah. So down in Mexico, there's so much spiritual energy that's amplified in ways that aren't here in the United States because of their belief system. And so we've learned through our teachings that our belief system is everything because it brings our reality of what we are, who we are, and our connections to everything that is. And so when we go into a spiritual country, not just a city, not just a space, not just a room, but a whole country that believes in the afterworld and worships
Yes.
the afterworld and is so connected to everything that is on the other side. And they actually have shrines that worship their past loved ones. And they are all about bringing that energy and making it a part of the living. And they talk to the dead all the time because it amplifies them to be a part of their life and to bring their energy in so they can assist us here in this world. So when we go into a country that believes these things, our psychic abilities are like if we're not psychic now, you should just it's going to be insane out of this realm strong because of the belief system that what we think, that what we feel, and that what we are creates our reality. And so I'm just really, really, really excited to be a part of that whole system. I and Dave were down in St. Padre. We are right on the border of Mexico, and our psychic abilities were out of this world, way more stellar than we even are on a daily basis. And so to go into the deep depths of it, I'm so excited to experience that again.
I'm excited to experience it. I'm also excited to bring a spirit box and seeing who we're going to pick up and what kind of conversations we can have with that as well. I think that's going to be amazing.
It's going to be great. It's going to be so amazing. I can't wait for it. And to record it and have it all, there for other people to enjoy and to maybe, tap in and listen on your radio show. And somebody who can't maybe travel can experience that. I think it's just going to be absolutely amazing.
And, yeah, absolutely. I think all that is going to work out really well. Now, let's go and take our first break. When we come back, we want to get to some one-question readings. And to be perfectly honest, we have people watching. We know we have people listening, but for some reason, everyone's a little scared tonight. So once again,
okay. We love to hear ourselves talk, Greg. You and me both do.
Yeah. I mean, if that's what you all want, then that's what you're going to get. But otherwise, you can go ahead and put your questions into the comments, or you can give us a call, 952-946-6205. We'll take our first break. When we come back, either going to be more conversation or some one-question readings. Either way, it's going to be amazing. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. It's that time of year again where the weather is getting nice and it's time to get out of the house for some family fun. Lilliput is the perfect place and is open for the season. Be the first to take on their newest escape room, The Bunker. It's intense, exciting, and totally unforgettable. Prefer spooky? Try the Haunted Mansion. When you're done escaping, hit the mini golf course, go-karts, and jump pads. Lilliput is perfect for parties and group events too. Visit lilliput.net for hours and start your spring adventures at Lilliput.
Des Moines Con returns to the Iowa Events Center Hy-Vee Hall May 30th through June 1st. Des Moines Con is a celebration of comics, toys, TV, film, art, cosplay, games, and all things nerdy. It's also a family-friendly event where you can meet your favorite celebrities, browse the vendor hall and artist alley for the coolest merch, watch celebrity Q&As, and even more. Des Moines Con is bigger and better than ever before with guests like Daredevil himself, Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, also from Daredevil, Full Metal Jacket, Law & Order, Saturday only. Plus, other great guests from voice actors to authors over the entire weekend. 3 days of action-packed fun at the Iowa Iowa Event Center Hy-Vee Hall. Tickets start at $60. Kids tickets are just $8 for the entire weekend. Don't wait to get your tickets. Buy your tickets and get more information at DesMoinesCon.com. And don't forget, Madison Comic and Pop Culture Expo and Twin Cities Con are coming up this year too. New guests are being announced all the time. Go to nerdstreetusa.com for more information.
Are you one of thousands of individuals who know you have psychic abilities but don't know how to tap into your higher self? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who offers classes that can help you reach your goals. Refined Divine holds classes Monday and Thursday at her 2 locations and via Zoom. Classes consist of manifestation, learning psychic abilities, shadow work, and healing trauma. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
This is Psychic Medium Deb. You can go to refinedivinepsychic.com.
And we just had the commercial for Des Moines Con. That's coming up very, very soon. Adam and I are getting ourselves ready. We're going to go out there, which is very exciting. And we're going to be there all 3 days. I will be presenting at Des Moines Con at 11 a.m. on Saturday, the 31st. And we're going to be playing some Spirit Box responses, some EVPs, talking about places that I've been. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have a table out there. We're going to be selling our T-shirts. We're going to be selling maybe some other stuff, too, that we just figured out today as well. It's going to be very exciting. Come on by if you're at Des Moines Con. If you know people who are out in Des Moines or in the Des Moines area, please let them know that if they haven't got tickets, that tickets are still available. It's going to be a lot of fun. Adam, are you ready to go?
I can't wait. I never thought I would be this excited to go to Iowa, but I am. I am overly excited to go to Iowa. And also, I've never been to Des Moines. So it'll be kind of neat to peep out that city as well.
I want to see if Des Moines is still a lot like St. Paul, because that's what Des Moines always reminded me of is St. Paul. And I love St. Paul. And it's just, it's just a very earnest town, if that makes any sense. It's just a good town, a good place, very clean, very nice. I'm presuming it's still the same way. I wonder if it's gotten some more, modern influence into it, but I've always enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to that as well. I think it's going to be a really fun weekend out there. I'm super excited for it. It's coming up very quickly though, isn't it?
It is. It's a week from tomorrow we go to set up, and then it begins that week from Friday. What is that? The 29th? 30th?
I don't know.
30th. It begins on the 30th, I believe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm the one who cut the commercial. I don't know when it starts. Either way, that is going to be a blast. I can't wait to get down there.
I was going to say, I don't think I know if I said it on the air now, but I thought you did very well on that commercial. I thought that was a good read.
Well, thank you very much.
That was really nice, and you were able to, because I did the one for Twin Cities Con back in November, and it's just a lot of words because there's so much going on. It's great. Same with Des Moines Con, and that you were able to kind of pace the script so that it just sounded like appealing, I guess. So I appreciate that very much. I'm glad that you cut that, because those aren't easy scripts, because there's a lot of good information you don't want people to miss out on. So I appreciate that very much.
You're quite welcome, and you did a wonderful job writing it to make it easy to get through.
You're down. Stop that. We got Psychic Medium Refined Divine with us tonight, and we're going to be doing some 1-question readings here. The question, well, not even the question, but the fact of the matter is that you can get your own readings. These are great. 1-question readings are great, but they're always the hors d'oeuvre. You want to get the 7-course meal, and to really get a full understanding of what you want. It's just more than just one question. You want to know more than that, and there's a lot of opportunities, a lot of different ways that you can get a full reading from Deb on her site. Go to refinedivinepsychic.com, and there you can figure out what works best for you, as well as classes, where they're going to be doing their shows, the cruise that we're talking about. There's just a lot going on there, so really excited about all of that. And Deb, I mean, should we get to a couple readings here?
Yeah, let's do it.
Adam, what you got?
All right, Deb, I do have a question for you. Does my mom, Janice, have any messages for me?
Yeah, sure. Let's look. Okay. So Janice, your mom, she was more understanding than most, wasn't she?
Oh, absolutely.
Because as of late, it seems like it's like you just don't really have that connection with people like you did with your mom. And so she just really is trying to like extend that to you and say that I am still here and that I understand you and I know who you are. And man, you were like her favorite, like she just shows me like so much love for you and that she wants you to know that every part of you is her favorite part. And she wants you to love yourself the way that she loved you.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Focus on that.
How long ago did she pass, Adam?
She passed away in December of 2017.
Okay. So it's been a little while.
8 years this December, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't it something how quickly that time passes?
Oh yeah, it really does. And the weird thing is it's like I've only kind of felt her presence a couple of times over this last 8 years, and both times was when we were going through some really traumatic things with my daughter.
She
So it's
just
like
said during the rough times. Mm-hmm.
yeah, she'll pop in when she knows I need it, it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully not stepping out of bounds here a little bit, Adam. Have you ever thought whether or not that she has been getting in touch with you and you just haven't been at the right places in your own journey to pick up on that?
You know what? I keep thinking that she's trying to roll through, especially when I'm outside grilling, because I'll throw on music and I'll throw it on random playlists, let Spotify kind of pick what I'm listening to. And either the Beach Boys or the Red Hot Chili Peppers will hop on that list in some way, shape, or form.
You know what's a fun thing? What's a fun thing to do? I've done this. I do this a lot when I used to walk and stuff. I would put my playlist on Spotify and random, and I would tell Spirit what kind of mood I'm in, and then from there I would just say, "You pick the songs that match my mood," and it's pretty incredible actually when you do that, what comes through. So if you never tried that, I'd give that a shot. Just see what happens. Just kind of see.
Give that a shot. That sounds like a great idea.
I just love the fact only you, Adam, would say a spirit was rolling through. Yeah, my mom, she's rolling through.
She rolls through.
Well, the part about, in times of despair, you really feel her, Adam. That's also with everybody, that we can feel the other side more authentically and more of a presence of them when we're going through hard times, because our heart is more open to it. Because when we're, this is like the awful part, but when we're hurting and our hearts are broken or we're feeling sad, our hearts are more open to love. And so people who are on the other side, they are on the frequency of love. And so that's why you can feel her more. And so Greg's exactly right. It's not that she's not there. It's that your heart is in a space of feeling.
Yeah, that especially what we were going through is like the first time she had made contact with me. I was at the old place I used to work. In the back of the warehouse, had the door open and was literally sobbing to myself. And I swear to you, coming from the outside into the back of the warehouse where I was working, I could hear her cane and the cadence of how she would walk. She had lupus and rheumatoid arthritis, so she didn't walk really well. But I swore I could hear that walking into the warehouse from outside.
Absolutely. They'll always send sounds that we are familiar with. My brother who's passed, he always pees in the toilet because he knows it annoys me. And so when he is around, I will hear urine in the toilet. And so I'll just look right at Dave. I'm like, Alan's here.
I did a show this past week, and I can't tell you how many times I said to certain people, you are in life as you are in death. People tend to think that when you pass away that you like sprout wings and you're angelic, and it's like no. If you're a prankster, or if you like to kind of give someone a little something, they're going to do that in death, even more so.
Same. Yes, absolutely. It's the same.
The same. Yeah, my dad's death anniversary, it will be 10 years on June 2nd. It doesn't feel like 10 years. It feels like that was like 3 years ago or something like that. It's pretty incredible, actually.
Well, time isn't real.
No.
And so that's one of the things, Greg, that we always like to portray to people is that to them, it really is just a blink in time that they've been gone. And to us, it feels like, maybe 3 years, 10 years, 20 years, and it's only been days. Like, or maybe it feels like it hasn't been long at all. And it's just 10 years in time. And it feels like it's just been like a couple of years. Well, that's because they are with us. And sometimes we seep into that reality of that time isn't real. And we experience that more time than others. And in times of connecting with our past loved ones, I find that more present in people's realities than anywhere else, is that the time's not real.
All I know is when my dad had passed away, about a week or so later, and it was still obviously very heavy on me. I was at a place called the P&A Hall in Northeast Minneapolis, where I was shooting for a paranormal web series, and the P&A Hall was where my parents had their wedding reception back in 1963. And I was telling the guy there, he's from Poland. PNA stands for Polish National Association or Affiliation, excuse me. And I was saying that my dad had just passed away, and it's really hard. And he was, very stern, big guy, very European. And he just kind of sits there and he slumps a little bit, and he goes, and you could see his eyes glistening up, and goes, "Yeah, my dad, he passed away 30 years ago, and I think of him every single day." And I thought, oh my God, I'm like, I'm the weight of this is already so heavy. You think that it gets better or something at some point, and it actually really never does it? It's always, you learn to live with it.
Yeah, because the love is real. And us as humans, when we have those bonds, it's that we want them in physical form. It's the interaction, it's the talking, it's the physical touch, it's the essence of everything that we learn to live here on earth, especially when it comes to our family and people that we were grown up with and that we are spent most of our life with. And so when we learn that it doesn't ever really get any better, that we just learn to live with it, Spirit says to us that to use it for a foundation of growth. Because with great break comes great growth and great light. When we are pushed down and we are shattered and we are at our worst, that is when the best things are possible. That's when mountains are moved. That's when miracles happen. That's where I see people get their lives back, unfortunately. Like when my brother passed away of an overdose, my parents became very loving humans after that. Like it just really great things do come from people that pass. And I mean, that's horrible to say to us here humans who are left in ruins, but it is so true. So much greatness does come from the break. And that is the lesson here on earth, is that it is not that they are gone forever. It is that we are supposed to learn from the break.
It literally is Phoenix rising from the ashes, isn't it?
It is.
It's incredible.
It
And
is.
I'd like to not maybe necessarily dedicate, but we should, because there's been people in the comments here talking about their loved ones who have left them. We should definitely make this a celebration for those who have passed that we're thinking of. And a number of people here are people that I know, people that you know. Bridget says, my husband passed away 4 months ago tomorrow. I miss him so much. Absolutely. I know. And same with our dear Linda. Since December when Carl passed, I haven't felt alone. In the last few days, I'm starting to feel a little bit alone, but I have a life of living alone. So I'm not feeling sad about this. Just wanted to say that I noticed the difference.
Yeah, most definitely. We feel the difference. And just always know that sadness is not wrong, that it is an emotion that human nature that we need to experience. And it's a polarity of emotions that humans are supposed to experience. We need to experience the dark times to know the light. And you would never know joy without darkness. And you would never understand love without hate. And so it is that we go through all of this stuff that feels so heavy and so awful, and that we're never going to get through it. But Spirit wants us to know that that life is always in flux, that everything is always changing. Nothing in the earth stands still. It's always in motion. So with that being true, knowing that you're always changing and nothing's ever going to stay the same. And so you can move with the energy or you can resist. And when we resist the change, it's when the hurts worse. It's when the break really breaks us.
Do you think, like in the case of Linda, and Linda, I may be completely wrong, so please just know that I have felt like with my dad, I felt him with me quite a bit up until around the time of his funeral. I mean, is this a matter of that Spirit feels like that we're in a better place, that it's time for them to move on or to maybe give us a little bit of a break, or does that not work that way?
So they're with us all the time, and that's the truth, because they can be in all places at all times. So they can be here talking to me and right next to you at the same time. Because when they go into the light, there is no physical form. And so what people misconstrue is they feel like the soul stays the shape of human form. But that's not true. That's only true as if they're stuck in the in-between world, or if they're trying to present themselves to us. Then they'll show that form so that we could know that it's them. But once they absorb into that light, they're into the nothingness. They're in the mass grand light of all. And so being in the grass man light of all, they can be anywhere at any time, which means they could be in 2,000 places at the same time if they wanted, because their energy is everything. Does this make sense? Are you understanding this? And so when they can be everywhere at all times, that means they're always with you. And that's why we always say that if you are a true psychic medium, and I hate discrediting people, but it's so true, they're always here. There's never, ever been anybody I've never been able to connect with unless they're in the in-between world. And then that's a different frequency, but still connectable.
Yeah.
And so the energy lines are always there no matter what. It isn't that they come and they decide to see us or don't decide to see us. They literally are always just right there. The veil is that thin too. And they want to be around us. They want to support us. They want to assist us.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. So I have a question from Cindy that I'd like to get to after the break. Joshua says, can I ask a question about welcoming new fur babies? Yeah, please do. Put it in the comments. Put in whatever you want. That's what it's here for. And anyone else who just wants to remember their loved ones, feel free to put that into the comments as well. We'd love to hear about them. We're taking another break. Don't go anywhere. We got one question readings with Psychic Medium Refined Divine. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Greg Bakun here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey bacon avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com.
Des Moines Con returns to the Iowa Events Center Hy-Vee Hall May 30th through June 1st. Des Moines Con is a celebration of comics, toys, TV, film, art, cosplay, games, and all things nerdy. It's also a family-friendly event where you can meet your favorite celebrities, browse the vendor hall and artist alley for the coolest merch, watch celebrity Q&As, and even more. Des Moines Con is bigger and better than ever before, with guests like Daredevil himself, Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio, also from Daredevil, Full Metal Jacket, Law & Order, Saturday Only, plus other great guests from voice actors to authors over the entire weekend. 3 days of action-packed fun at the Iowa Events Center Hy-Vee Hall. Tickets start at $60. Kids tickets are just $8 for the entire weekend. Don't wait to get your tickets. Buy your tickets and get more information at DesMoinesCon.com. And don't forget, Madison Comic and Pop Culture Expo and Twin Cities Con are coming up this year too. New guests are being announced all the time. Go to nerdstreetusa.com for more information.
Have you ever met someone who not only can help you on a deep spiritual level, but also potentially change your life? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who travels the nation and lives right here in the Midwest. And she offers mediumship, mentorship, house and business parties, energy healing, palm readings, and so much more. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
Hi, this is Psychic Medium Deb. I cannot wait to hear from you. You can go to refinedivinepsychic.com.
And join me tomorrow on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun. We are going to do a replay on Thursday. We're replaying the Just Greg episode, What's in the Woods, basically a situation when Shar and I went looking for Sasquatch in some woods outside of the Twin Cities, and we got more than we bargained for. Friday, last year we did a live Memorial Day Friday GhostBox Radio, Casual Friday. This year we're going to do a replay. We're going to take a little bit of a break. Monday will be a best of show. Tuesday I have a Tuesday it's actually going to be it's going to be, unless you changed your mind, Deb, it's going to be you on the show Tuesday.
Yay!
All right, so you haven't changed your mind on me yet, right? You haven't
No mind changes.
All right, good. I appreciate that. So that's going to be good. We haven't talked about what you want to talk about yet, but we can do that off air. We don't have to make those decisions on the air. That's I'll save you that at least. And then Wednesday, we're gonna have a very. I'm working to make sure that she wants to come on, but we'll have an interesting topic that I've never seen anywhere else. So I hope that works out. So stay tuned. And even though we're doing replays the next few days, doesn't mean you shouldn't listen. They're great episodes. We're really proud of them. Please give us a listen. Really appreciate it. And as always, since we're not going to be around until after Memorial Day weekend, make sure everyone has a very safe and fun Memorial Day weekend as well. With that, Linda says, thank you, Greg. You've been very aware and it's appreciated. We got some questions coming up, but I do want to just say real fast, I appreciate you saying that, Linda. And this is why we think the show works so well, is because, yeah, we love talking about ghosts. We love talking about the strange and unusual, but I'll tell you, this is what it's about. The ability to bring someone like Deb on and help us all remember that spirits are people, they're our loved ones, and that, it's fun to be scared about certain things. It's also important to be able to celebrate our loved ones and keep that communication going. Is really what it comes down to. So, yeah. Let's see here. Cindy, you were the next one. Let's see if I can find your question. There we go. Oh, my goodness. So many people in the comments. I love it. Cindy says, any messages for my husband's nephew who recently passed away? Cindy, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah, so he says to us that he is still very much connected to his family and around his family to support them through the loss. It seems like the family is having a really hard time with this. I mean, not that we don't all have hard times with passing,
Yeah.
but this is extra. This is not ready for the passing. This is very resistant to the passing of him. And so he is just trying to really convey that his family needs extra support and extra love. And he's also messing with your husband's things, and so he's saying to us that he moves it, and then your husband can't find it, and he says to us that that's him. Also, something about joking around with shadows on the wall. I don't know what that means, but shadows on the wall.
Interesting.
I think maybe trying to spook him a little bit.
Cindy, let us know if that's resonating at all, and thank you very much for that. Okay, Joshua, I'm trying to figure this out if I'm getting this right. You had put in there, can I ask a question about welcoming new fur babies? And I said yes. And then you said, do you feel this is ultimately a good fit with the new energy? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, new energy of the fur baby. Does the new fur baby energy feel good? Yes, absolutely. Yes.
All right. That's you got to the point very quickly. You're just like, yes. All righty. Moving on. But Cindy says, my husband says it makes complete sense.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Let's see here. Getting through here. Nicole says, any message Matt has for me?
Yep, I'm getting very strong love, very strong passion for life. Really love life. To fleeting, like time is fleeting. Please pay attention to how much we have here and what's going on in your life now, Nicole. And so the messages from him is that to pay attention to the here and the now and the present moment. It seems like we've been thinking about the past a lot, and he's just really pushing to remember here and the now. Here and the now is where all miracles take place. And so he's just really saying that it's time to become more present now.
Mm-hmm. Nicole, let us know if that resonates at all. I would love to know that. Nikki says, I'd like to know if my friend Ethan has a message for me.
Ethan was a jokester. I'm getting a lot of laughter. I'm getting a lot of let's have fun with life. Not be so serious, Nikki. With this energy, I get that there is so much that he used to do with you and that you miss that. And he wants you to know that he is still very much with you. And he wants you to know that he uses birds. He's showing me lots of birds. And as of late, have you seen gooses doing really strange, weird things? I'm seeing like this goose energy just being super silly, doing strange things, not normally doing what they normally do. This was his message to you about not taking life so seriously.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Nikki, you got to know if that resonates with you. Nicole does say that your reading resonates regarding Matt.
Yeah. So literally I'm getting like this with this gooses. He's like showing me like this weird, like there's so many of them and there's like, wah, 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 wah. And I'm like, okay, I got you. All right.
That's interesting. Well, and it's that time of year where there are a lot of little ones walking around the freeways, of course. That's where I always see them. They're walking where they shouldn't be, but
this is different. This is like they're doing something strange. She would know what we're talking about, he says.
Do you know, Nicole? Not to put you on the spot. Let's see here. But it's okay. It's worth just to know what's going on. Bridget wants to know any messages from my husband that I might have missed.
You're very connected with him. Straight off the bat, let's talk about that. Very, very much still connected at the heart. When you feel like you might be slipping, because that's what's so bothersome at times, is that he says that you feel like you might not be feeling him or that he's not as close. He wants you to know to drop into that heart, because that you're in your heart space is where you're feeling him, and you already know that. But you need to remember to stay there, because that's where he's going to be linked with you, and to remember that it's very important to get your sleep. And he's saying that it's very important that you get your sleep. Oftentimes staying awake quite late, feeling his energy, being with his energy, talking with him, all the things. But you need to sleep. He says, please tell her she needs more sleep.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's great. Just going through, let's see. Joshua says, thank you. And yes, Sable Bunny is here to stay. Okay. I'll tell you, I've been really, I had a question actually, because I over the last 4 years have been very unstable for me. And I've not been able. I mean, I've been doing the radio show for 5 years, but like the daytime job, because it's hard to believe, right, that it's not paying me enough to just to have it by itself. But now things seem to be kind of becoming stable for the first time in years. Do you see that is that's going to continue?
I think I see it continuing and getting better. People recognizing you for who you really are. And that's what's happening. As you recognize your abilities and you recognize who you truly are, Greg, that's going to emanate out into the world, and that's going to come back at you. And it's just going to keep getting better from there.
That's great. I appreciate that. Thank you. And where I was going with that too is because the more stable life seems to me, the more I am getting ready to thinking about getting also my own little furry friend back in the mix.
Oh, yay. That's going to be great.
So yeah, I've been but the
I got this. I got this from Linus.
Well, and that's the thing, is I don't want the Linus interactions to dull, because he's he actually went to my to the person who used to own him and started causing havoc over there. And I said to her, she's like, "What's going on here?" Because the alarm system would keep going off and it was disarmed. And I was about to type in my usual super helpful, like, "It'll go away, don't worry about it." But suddenly it just hit me, like his name just like showed up in lights in front of my face. And I'm like, "Amy, it's Linus." I said, you just need to tell him to knock it off and behave and use his name, Linus. And she's just like, "Oh my God, that makes perfect sense," because they just got a kitten and they just had him spayed. So it's like, there you go. There you go. He's making the rounds. He's making the rounds. He's something else. Let's see here. Bridget says regarding her reading, regarding her husband, yeah, he is my person. Sleep, I have insomnia. He must have, oh my goodness, he must have forgot. Thank you.
Oh, he hasn't forgotten, not one bit, Bridget. He's saying that you need sleep. And even with insomnia, we need to still get rest and as much sleep as we possibly can.
Now, Nikki says, because you just had read for her, Nikki says that is spot on. He definitely loved to just have fun and laugh, always brought out the kid in me, but we also had a very deep relationship that involved healing. He loved nature and wildlife, and multiple times yesterday I took pictures of birds that came to visit. I do have geese that land in my pond, but nothing specific that jumps out at the moment of any odd behavior.
Watch for the odd behavior.
It's coming.
It's a coming.
It's coming. You can't help
It's a coming.
Now, what do you have going on for readings? If people go to refinedivinepsychic.com and they want to get a full reading, what do you have going on there now?
Sure. So you could do 5 question readings for $45. That's the simplest, quickest, easiest way to do it. You type it in, write it either on my text or Facebook, and I answer your 5 questions. It could be about anything, and I will respond to you. You pay for it right on the website. And then we go up to, we're only doing 15-minute readings at expos now, and I'm doing longer readings in the shop and on Zoom, half-hour readings and hour readings. So that way, it's a little bit more special at the Holistic Expos when you see us to get those 15-minuters. And it actually takes less energy for me to stay connected for a half hour and an hour than it does for 15 minutes, Greg. And we just realized that.
That is really interesting. I'm excited. And folks, if you are getting readings, going to the site and getting readings from Deb, can you let them know that you heard about it through us? Just because we want to make sure. We just want to make sure that Deb and Dave know that we support them and that our listeners support you as well. We really would like that.
We love to give credit where credit is due.
Well, yeah, and and it's always been so much fun to partner with you and Dave. It really has been. It's been such a blessing over the last and it's been over a year, hasn't it? Or has it been longer? What year is it? I don't know.
Dave was really good with time. I'm not good with time at all.
No. Well, you just said a while ago it doesn't even exist. So I mean, it's
I have no idea what day it is even today. All I know it's my birthday because everybody keeps reminding me of it.
That's right. My gosh. You're too far away from me to go to your party, by the way. You're just a little too far.
No, you're not. You could make it.
Oh, so time doesn't exist, nor does distance. Is that where we're getting at now? That it just, here I am.
You could bloop on over here.
That's right. I forgot about blooping. My God. Oh,
I was talking about blooping with Dave yesterday. I was like, we should just try blooping. And he was like, got all nervous and got anxiety and started sweating.
My luck is I'd bloop and I'd be blooping into the void. I'd just be like, oh my God, it's just black in here, so.
This is a family show. We shouldn't be talking about blooping, guys.
Well, you weren't, and you clearly didn't listen to the show when Deb and I, it was just Deb and I, and I was at the station doing the show, and it was talking about experiences, and talking to blooping means that she is basically astral traveling.
Oh, actually, okay.
To the
I
other
get blooping
side.
now. Yeah, I get blooping now.
Yeah.
To the other side.
Out of the gutter, Adam.
What did Dave
Dave
say?
says, "Get it out of the gutter, Adam."
Right. I mean, right. No, I mean, just interrupts the show with whatever he thinks he can talk about. And yeah, that's how that works. I'm just trying. We got a couple more comments here. Let's see here. Linda says, Deb, you have been so charming and helpful. Love just hearing you talk.
Oh, thank you, Linda.
Yeah. And then she says, hey, Adam, are you saving the bloopers? There's no bloopers. This is all perfectly done, right? That's how it works. So let's see here. You're going to be back Tuesday. That's going to be fun. We're going to talk about experiences. And then from there, we'll figure out when you want to come back on for more one question readings and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
So
we're just going to keep right on going.
let's keep moving. Because we're heading off here. We're already just past the hour here. Deb, I just want to say on behalf of all of us here at AM 950, happy birthday.
Thank you.
How cool. And we'll be in touch with everything else. And we'll be back tomorrow with what's going on in the woods. Deb and Dave, thank you as always. Adam, thank you. Everyone, have a fantastic Memorial Day since we're not doing anything live until afterwards. We love you all. Everyone, take care. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Matt McNeil here. You're listening to the best progressive